All right, so you're welcome to the Borteyman Sports Complex. This is our continuous coverage of the SAC Super Volleyball Championship. And obviously, wherever you're joining us from, it is the game we're bringing to you this afternoon. I promise to be quite a cagey encounter. Games have already been played here, both in the men and the women, and there's another game just about starting. I've got the player here of Ghana Navy just to find out from him how this game, what we should expect in this one. He is the libero for the side. Okay, tell us what we should expect in this game as you're going.
Okay, so I'll start by saying good afternoon to all viewers around here. And then this game, we know we've been losing our subsequent matches, so we promise them nothing by the best, from this game, because we're not going to sit in our own home, for a team to come from outside Ghana to come and then win us just like that. So with this game, we are going all out, and then we are giving them 3 straight wins. As it is.
You've watched how they played so far. You believe they are also not coming as wounded lions against you
I
guys?
believe myself, and I believe my men on the court, and trust me, we're going to deliver.
All right, thank you very much, and all the best. So that's the Ghana Navy. They are actually coming up against the All-Stars of Benin, and he's confident his side obviously are going to carry the day. It's 3-0. He said they are going to carry the day. And let me also find out from the libero of the Beninois side. There's going to be a translation because he is going to be speaking French with me this afternoon. All right. Good afternoon. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
All right. Good. Just let me find out from him quickly before they start the game. They've lost, 2 games. Going into this one, is he confident coming up against Navy, who's also not had a good start for them in this championship? Are they confident of winning this one? It's a final group game though for them.
Donc, il demande que vous avez fait déjà 2 matchs et est-ce que vous êtes très confident que vous pouvez remporter ce match? Nous voyons qu'avec Ghana Navy, eux aussi ils ont perdu quelques matchs. Donc est-ce que vous croyez qu'avec Ghana Navy, vous pouvez remporter le match?
Nous ne pouvons rien prévu. C'est le terrain qui commande. Tant qu'on est là, on ne peut pas dire que nous ne sommes pas là pour gagner. Nous sommes là pour gagner et on a la confiance qu'avec l'équipe qu'on a en place, on va gagner.
All right, merci beaucoup. All right, so that's the libero. They need to start the game now. So wherever you're watching us from, is the big one is coming to you from the Borteyman Sports Complex. Let's run over to the commentary box now, where you've got GHOne, Saji, Benghazi, and a host of them to carry you through this game. When we are done, we'll talk to them. Enjoy the game.
Ball Championship, and we are live. The next game, as you can see on the screens now, the men from the Ghana Navy in action against the men from Benin, the All-Stars. And the All-Stars on the serve, as you can see there, Ghana Navy taking on Benin All-Stars, and the All-Stars with the first serve. It's a good one. The reception has been good, and that should be a good one. Yes, a point there for the Ghana Navy. Picking the first point in this game. We're live on GHOne TV, live on Star FM, live on social media. Immigration. Wow. Benin All-Stars pick up a point. That was brilliantly worked for this point for the Benin All-Stars. And on the serve line, it comes in brilliantly well received. And then the spike was too strong and out. So a point for Benin All-Stars. 2-1 they lead against the Ghana Navy. 2-1 for the Benin All-Stars. Good serving there. Recovered beautifully, and the attack comes in again. That's a poor effort, but there was a net violation against the Beninois side. So a point goes the way of the Ghana Navy. 2-2 at this stage. That's a good serve, well received. The attack is on. He dinked it, but it's been well recovered by the So that's a good point there for the All-Stars. There was a bit of a confusion between the players of the Ghana Navy. That led to an easy point there for the Benin All-Stars. There you saw it in the replay. It's on the serve line. Benin All-Stars. That's a strong one. Serves out. He serves out. And that's a point there for the Ghana Navy. So on the serve now is the Ghana Navy. Good serve. Received beautifully as well. The attack is on for the setter. And that's out. That's out. So for the first time in this game, the Ghana Navy go up in the lead. 4-3 the lead against Benin All-Stars. On the serve is Ghana Navy. That's a good serve. Received and returned, and the attack comes in. And that's a brilliant one from the All-Stars team. He went for a spot, picked the spot beautifully, landed the ball to win the point for Benin All-Stars. Good hit. Straight to the net, unfortunately, for the Benin side. You're live on GHOne TV. Is our coverage of the SAC Volleyball Championship at the Borteyman Sports Arena. That's a good serve. Received and returned. That's a good thing, but straight, beautifully recovered by the Ghana Navy side. The ball now in the half of the All-Stars. The spike was sweet. The block came in though, but the block picked the ball out for a point for the Benin All-Stars. You're live with our coverage from the Borteyman Sports Complex. Currently in your shots is the Beninois side. Yeah, the Benin All-Stars, the volleyball team in from Benin. Attack is sweet. The recovery is on for the Ghana Navy. And that was a good one from the Navy. But the attack comes in again, and net violation against the Ghana Navy. And so a point in favor of the Benin All-Stars. 6-5 for Benin All-Stars. The serve is a good one. And that's a brilliant shot. Into the net though, and so the All-Stars lead by 7-5. Injury though to a player. You can see the replay there. There is an injury. A player is down. But he's up on his feet now. Can he continue with the action? I think he can. He is a strong lad, so he's good to go. So the game will resume again. There is a serve with the Benin side. It leads 7-5 in the first set. The serve comes in. It's a good delivery. The spike was good, but lands out for a point for Benin All-Stars. (8-5) they lead. Good serve. And again, that was a monstrous spike. Well recovered. And unfortunately for Benin All-Stars, that effort lands out of the court, and so a point there for the Ghana Navy. 6-8. That's a brilliant serve. Brilliant jump serve, but it's been recovered beautifully by the Benin All-Stars. The Navy will attack. That's a huge one. Recovered though again by Benin All-Stars. Attack comes in again. Brilliant. Spike. That's a huge pipe. To win the point for the Ghana Navy. That was simply superb. The Ghana Navy return to the service line, and that should be a big one and a good point, easy point that Wayne won there by the Ghana Navy. 8-8. They are level now.
Defensive, why?
8-8. Navy on the serve. Huge jump serve. That's a huge one. Covered beautifully by the All-Stars. The block is on for the Ghana Navy. They're good attacking now, and that's a big one. And the point was by the Ghana Navy, who now jump to the lead again. That was simply beautiful. Benin All-Stars tried to recover it, but they could not. And the timeout has been called by the Benin All-Stars team. Live on GHOne TV, live also on our social media handles. So, timeout. This is the SAC Volleyball Championship organized by Kratos, and they have some highlights of the ongoing set on your screens. Currently, it is pegged at 9-8 in favor of the Ghana Army. Timeout over. That's a big one, but unfortunately it lands out of court for a point for Benin All-Stars. 9-9 in the first set. And so Benin All-Stars on the serve now. Goes in for a huge jump serve and an ace. It is an ace there for Benin All-Stars. The serve comes in again massively. Attack from the Navy, and the block is on. Recovered beautifully by the Navy. All-Stars on a charge, and that's a brilliant point won by the Bendinois side. Some wonderful exhibition of volleyball being witnessed here at the Borteyman Sports Grounds. Benin All-Stars 11, Ghana Navy 9. Huge on serve. Recovered and received beautifully. And the attack is on, and that's a point beautifully won by the Ghana Navy. Beautiful spike to win the point for the Navy. Ghana Navy on the serve now. That is brilliant to receive there. And that's a huge attack. It has been recovered though. And a point beautifully won there by the Navy. You saw the use of their foot to save that ball by the Navy. And they've won that point brilliantly. Look at it. Tall figure or jumping the Benin side to win that point for the Navy. Back on the court. Again, the attack is on for the Navy, and that's out, unfortunately. But there was a hand involved in the block, and so point one for the Ghana Navy. 12-11 for Ghana Navy. The service on. And unfortunately, he only spiked that ball into the net, and so Ghana Navy extending their lead at the moment. So it is 13-11. And the game is on. The Ghana Navy again. And that was a good thing, but recovered beautifully by the Benin side. And that's a huge spike, and the point one. The Navy side, or sorry, for the Benin side. Let's see how this pans out. That's a huge back again for the Navy, and a point one. That's a huge point there for the Navy. We're live on GHOne TV, live on our social media handles. It's the All-Stars, and nearly fell the way of the Navy, but recovered beautifully. Can that be saved? I think it can be. Yes, it has been saved by the Navy. All-Stars. Sita is on. Attack is in, and of course out, unfortunately. And referee though has called for it to be given to the All-Stars. I think there was a brush on, or net violation rather. So called for the All-Stars. 13-14. Attack cancel again. It has been blocked and recovered beautifully. And All-Stars on the attack now is Navy. That's a huge spike, but blocked and recovered beautifully. That spike is on, beautifully blocked. We have a rally on our hands, and this is volleyball at its best. And the block is sweet from the Navy to win that point. That was sweet volleyball. Live at the Borteyman Sports Grounds, and it's live on GHOne TV. It is 15-13 for the Navy. The men who parade the seas, but they are on land today against the All-Stars, and that's a wonderful block again for the Navy to win the point. 16-13 for Ghana Navy. And the men on the seas, on the serve. That's a wonderful jump serve. And the recovery is on. And that's a wonderful spike. Game still in session now. Ooh. Oh my. Brilliant. Roll shot from the Ghana Navy to win this point. And timeout called by the Benin All-Stars. They trail by some 4 points. Sorry, substitution instead, not a timeout, substitution. So the Ghana Navy opening a gap between themselves and the Benin All-Stars. 4 points lead now. 13-17. Unfortunately, it serves into the net. So it is 14-17 for the Ghana Navy.
One hand side out.
So the serve is on. Brilliantly won there from the serve. And the Benin All-Stars team. has been amazing these past 4 days, witnessing some brilliant volleyball action. And that's a sweet quick attack there from the Navy team to win the point. That's one from the books. Brilliant, brilliant attack. It was sweet. 18-15. And the All-Stars was going in for a dink, were blocked. They were attempted to strike, and that's a good one. Over the block, onto the court for a point for Benin All-Stars. 16-18 for Ghana Navy. Jump service on. That's huge. But well received. The spike is good. And that's a point again there for the Navy. They seem to be making light work of the Benin side. The men on the seas making light work of all the stars from Benin. There you see it on your screens. 2 men scrambling for the ball, but they could not retrieve it. The service on. Sweet from the Army. Recovered beautifully. And the spike is good. Brushed out for a point for Benin All-Stars. The All-Stars love the brush out points they have been winning in this game. So there it is. Attack is on again. Unfortunately, it's been missed. It's out. That was a one-strong spike, but unfortunately lands out for a point in the way of the Benin All-Stars. 18-19 on the service, Benin All-Stars. Live on GHOne TV. So 18-19, Benin All-Stars on the serve. That's a good one. Brilliant spike. That was a huge monstrous spike to win that point for the Navy, and they lead 2018. Unfortunately, the jump serve was sweet, but unfortunately lands out. And so there's a point there for Benin All-Stars. You're live on Star FM, live on GHOne TV, our handles on social media. And that's a monstrous spike to win the point there for the Ghana Navy. Up 21-19. And the service sweet. The attack is on from the All-Stars. The recovery will not eventually work for the Navy as it lands out for a point there for the All-Stars. 2021. That's a super serve. Rutendo, and the attack is on. He went in for a dink, but it was blocked effectively by the blockers. And again, they win this one. 21-21. Nail biter here. timeout call. And so a little pause needs to re-strategize and get our focus right again for this battle. 21-21 in the first set. Live on GHOne TV. Some highlights of the action there on your screens now. Look at that sweet volley. Spike. And there was a brush out to win the point for the All-Stars. Back on the court. The game will resume in no time.
Let's go.
That's a good serve there. But recovered beautifully, and that's a sweet spike. That is a sweet spike to win the point for the Navy. Look at that again now. He came in majestically, and the energy behind that spike, he oozed the energy. And Benin All-Stars recovered beautifully. And then, of course, Seta is on, recovered by the Navy. And they were going again now, and that's sweet. That is simply sweet. He looks so unassuming. He flies in the air and he's across the ball. You know what time it is. Spike time. Timeout again has been called. 23-21 lead there for the Ghana Navy. We are live at the Borteyman Sports Ground. The coaches are having a word or two with their team in this timeout. Focused. Look at the faces of the players there. Plotting and planning.
Let's go.
Timeout over. So we are coming back into it again now. 23-21. Who picks up this first set? Who wins the first set is the question on our lips. We want to know. Good serve. And that's a good point won there. 24-21. Set point for the Ghana Navy. Set point for the Ghana Navy. And that's a brilliant recovery. It is on still. Set comes in and is been blocked by the All-Stars. So they get the point. Still set point though. For the look at the recovery. That was brilliant recovery from the All-Stars. Still set point for the Ghana Navy. But on the serve now is the men from Benin, All-Stars. That's a good one. Recovered beautifully though. And then they comes in. And there it is. First set is over. A win in the bag for Ghana Navy, 25-22 win in the first set for the Ghana Navy over the Beninois or the Benin All-Stars. There it is. In fact, both teams lost their opening games. They've all played two already before this game, and they all lost their opening two matches. So some form of redemption for the one who will win the game today. There you have some highlights there on your screens now. Live on GHOne TV, our coverage of the ongoing volleyball championship put together by Kratos. With support from SAC. Feeeel tomorrow. And it's live on GHOne TV. My name is Benjamin Yamor Benghazi. And I do this always with my mind, my men. GHOne Saji will be in very soon. I've got my Samaritan co-commentator, Cornelius Ni Kwakpo Ankara. And so do I have a producer extraordinaire, Franco Seusu Winter, also here with us. Cornelius, set 1 over. It's been won by the Navy. Your thoughts on the first set?
Yes, so like you rightly said earlier, both teams lost their first 2 matches, so it's time for redemption. The weeks and then months of preparation has not gone their way, but there's still redemption here for any of them that wins here. Means that at least you won a match during the SAC Super Volleyball Championship 2025, and this is getting very, very exciting here as the Ghana Navy team draws first blood.
Seconds are about to start here. The 6 men on each side of the court ready for the battle. Ghana Navy in the red and white strips, and the Beninois All-Stars are in the green and lemon green strips as well. Deep green, lemon green.
What choice of colors?
Absolutely. It's 1 set to the good to the Ghana Navy.
That's Clave in your shot there, the captain of the Beninois side. He looks on with some wicked intentions to get his team back to level pegging.
Let's see if indeed he can do that for his team. The men from Benin, it's a club, a volleyball club based in Benin. They are referred to as the Benin All-Stars, and they are in Ghana for the SAC Volleyball Championship, which is currently becoming a West African affair. The team from Nigeria, Benin, and Ghana involved. We were supposed to have a team from Burkina Faso, but they pulled out last minute. AS20.
Yes, they are another very, very powerful side.
Game back and underway, and the first point won by the Ghana Navy side. So 1 or 2-0 for Ghana Navy.
I think you called it 2-0, and then it looks like they've been rewarded a 2-0 scoreline.
The man in charge should be careful down there. Anyway, we are back underway now, and that's a sweet spike to win that point there for Benin All-Stars.
I told you that's Clave, and his outside hitter role is paying off beautifully for Benin. Wow.
There it is. The serve is on from the Beninois side.
Here comes the boom. That's a super spike. Super spike there.
That's so much energy and power behind it. Jump serve from the Navy. And the spike is sweet. Recovered beautifully. And the block is sweet again from the Navy. And the Sioux follows suit. Super volleyball here.
Manuel Ajimai The middle blocker on your screens is making the most of his opportunities there. First, a powerful attack through the middle there, and then complete a combined block.
Oh, super dink to win that point again for the Ghana Navy.
I know this play very well, Ben, as we call it second. You see Emmanuel Ajimai go up very quickly, but number 3 shirted man for Ghana Navy, Ismail Dazi, went on the second, what we call second. So he'll play right behind Emmanuel Ajimai, and that also confuses the opponent's block. Wow.
That is simply awesome and sweet from
Abdul.
the Ghana Navy. Abdul with that sweet spike to win that point for the Navy, and the lead 6-1. They are putting on a show here. Oh, unfortunately, just when the praises were coming, it got into his head and he's blown it away.
There's another statistic that that also speaks to that. Once you praise a player, it's more likely to cause an infringement or spoil the service.
So, All Stars on the serve.
That's a big spike there. Wow. Emmanuel Ajimai putting on a show. Wow. Check for dents in the court as it goes to the service line.
Possible dents on the court indeed.
Yes.
The Benin side again with a wonderful spike. And to win that point for Benin All Stars. The All Stars are on a comeback trail. They trail 3-7 against the Ghana Navy. Good serve. It has been recovered though by the All Stars. This should be a good one, and indeed it's a good one. It drops in the quarter point again for Ghana Navy. 8-3 the lead now.
Yes, right above the block, into the space behind the block there.
There it is on your screens at the moment. Into the gaping hole. All Stars on the attack. The block was sweet, but they'll go again now. They went in for the dink and it works.
Exactly, that's a well-timed dink there. If he had gone any faster, if he had tossed the ball any faster, he would have been disappointed with a monster block.
Look at it again now. He went in for the dink over the block.
It's a beautiful roll.
GHOne with that point there for Benin All Stars. And on the serve. It's a good jump serve. Received beautifully though by the Ghana Navy, and that's a good one. The recovery was sweet from Benin. And this is good exhibition of volleyball. And a point goes the way of the Benin All Stars.
You can see Ismail there grabbing his ankles. The game is a game of touches, inches, angles. Game for highly intelligent men and women.
On the serve again, it goes for the jump serve and into the net pass again. 9-5. Navy leads the Benin All Stars. That is on the serve.
Yes.
Ismail goes in for a very strong jump serve, and he wins an ace there for the Navy.
His type of jump service is from the farthest angle 5 position to the other person at the 5 position there. it's not easy to receive such jump service, as it's coming in with much more power, and then it's a long distance. Also, you at the receiving team may be confused with where the ball may land, close to the line there.
And again he goes in again. Ismail with another huge pipe, and spike came in from the All-Stars, was briefly recovered, and Ismail again. That was a monstrous spike from Ismail.
You see Jerome, the libero of the All-Stars team, not happy with himself. He knew he could have done better. He points up to say that perhaps the lights in the auditorium might have interfered with his eyesight. Look at that.
Excuses.
An interesting lead by Ismail Dazi, putting up a show here.
11-5. Again, Ishmael goes in, and unfortunately, that's when the praise starts coming, they lose their heads.
So there are two major statistics. One is the timeout score, and two, the praises. The others though, but as we go along, we know.
So on the serve now for Benin All-Stars. That's another jump serve into the net from the All-Stars, and so they return the favor, give the point back to the Ghana Navy. Navy on the serve again now, looking for different option in the serve. And unfortunately for Benin All-Stars, gets the ball out of court for a point for Benin, for Ghana Navy.
Norbert there trying to do what we call the second touch. Once you are not attentive to the setter who is in front court, he can dink one very fast. And it's difficult to retrieve such balls.
Again, the serve into the net. Unforced errors, a number of them we have seen again in the games today.
Yes.
You're live on GHOne TV, live also on all our social media handles. There's our coverage of the SAC Volleyball Championship. That's a sweet serve. Spike, sorry, from Ishmael.
Yes, once again, this time the setter switches up. Instead of the pipe, he was rather hitting from the 3-meter line behind the position 4 player, while calling the position 4 player to play behind him. And as you can see, the number 40 moving closer to the middle instead of outside to his left.
It is a 14-8 at the stage in second set. Ghana Navy lead by 14-8. On the serve though is a side from Benin, so 8-14. Recovered briefly by the Navy. That's a poor attempt there from the Navy to dink the ball. The poor one going to the net.
Yes.
What happened?
I thought I saw.
Was there a violation?
No, the referee is torn between an in-ball or a brush out, and then. Well, in such scenarios, if you ask me, if I were the top referee, I would whistle for a reserve, just so that we restart everything.
Well, change in decision by the umpire and the officials. So point awarded rather to the Benin All-Stars. So 9-14. 9-14. Good.
Yes. Wow, let me talk about Jerome there, the libero of the All-Stars team. On your screens now, you see that I said that he knew that he could receive that ball coming from Dazi there. And on that turn, he did. As powerfully as it came, he still received that ball. That's a beautiful position. He knowing that most of the attacks from Dazi would come to the position 5. He has positioned himself very well there.
And Ghana Navy on the attack now. Jerome with the reception. Attack was sweet by Clave, and he wins the point for the All-Stars.
Rather angrily as he turns to call his team back. 11-14 now.
An injury, possible injury, as we watch the wonderful spike from Clave to win the point for the All-Stars.
And again, that's one of the occupational hazards of a volleyball player, where your landing is very, very key. So the coaches teach you how to jump, how to land, how not to injure yourself in all these activities.
And there it is. A huge spike again comes in to win the point from Ishmael for the Ghana Navy. 15-11. Look at it again now on your screens. Huge one. Absolutely fantastic one there from Foster. Winning that point for the Ghana Navy.
He's a super sub now.
And a sub affected by the All-Stars from Benin. Service on into the net. Crashed the head of her teammate.
Yes, so these days you better hold the back of your head once you know that your player is going for a jam service. It may go horribly wrong.
He returns the favor by also 7 into the net. So 12-17. (17-12) for the Ghana Navy. He goes in for a good serve. Recovered there by Jerome, the libero for the All-Stars. Yes, oh my goodness. This is simply sweet from Ghana Navy.
Exactly. Nicely recovered and followed on with the attack. As a Suman Safo coming in through the middle there.
The serve again is beautifully done and recovered beautifully by Jerome for All-Stars. And the block is just monstrous, and so the point again goes the way of the Navy. 19-12 they lead at this stage. 19-12 they lead at this stage. Serve is good. And the All-Stars will win this point on that wonderful spike. (13-19) on the serve is the Benin All-Stars. Good serve, received Lifido, and that's out. That is out. It's out ball. And so a point again for Benin, 14-19. There the replay is on your screens now. There's a good spike, but unfortunately it landed outside from Ishmael. And that is beautifully recovered by the All-Stars. The block is too strong and out for a point for Benin All-Stars. 15-19. It's a 4-point lead now for Ghana Navy.
Just looking from the replay there, if I were Ismail Dazi, I would have just linked the ball Wow.
Some confusion there. Was that in or out?
If you ask me, I'll say it's out. I don't know. Perhaps the pancake by the Libro's attempt to pancake the ball rather got him in trouble.
Pancake the ball.
Yes, that's a pancake where your hand stays flat on the ground and the ball hits.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's pancake.
Yes.
Much like frying pancake in a frying pan, right?
This is a volleyball term now. Pancake.
My goodness, you're live on GHOne TV. We are indeed learning pancake in volleyball. And that's an unforced error from, that is Foster.
Yes. Well, the pancake technique usually occurs where you know your legs could not carry you to the position of the ball, so you stretch your entire body, and by extending your arm, the back of your hand may hit the ball. It stays up. It's a valid ball though.
And there was a net violation against the Benin All-Star, so the points awarded to the Navy, 21-17.
Louis coming in from the pipe. And I like the strategy of the Ghana Navy team as they are utilizing all the weaponry. The pipe position, the opposites, the outside, and then the middle, or should we say quick attack. At all times, these four positions are available for an attack by a team.
And the Benin side will again come through. The man Claver with a good thing, and he wins that point for the All-Stars.
So Jerome, Ben, if this were me, if it were I would have pancaked this ball because I knew I couldn't reach it. So it's a difficult technique to master though, as you may miss out entirely.
18-21. Good ball in there from the Navy, and that's a huge spike. Huge one there for Louise, to get that point there for the Ghana Navy.
I tell you what, the ball has been set to his preference, and you can see Jerome there with that angry look as he knew he could have done better.
And Benin will come again now. Good one, and that's a good point there for Benin. And Pakomi will inspire his colleagues to wake up and let's get go, man. Let's get going, man.
Again, instead of the setter of the Navy team to block at position 2, he's rather at position 4, knowing that the powerful hitter for the All-Stars team is at the opposite position 4 side, so that he can have his outside hitter rather stand on that block.
23-19 for Ghana Navy. And that's it to the net, unfortunately, for Regis. And so, set point now for the Ghana Navy, 24-19. Timeout called by the All-Stars.
I think it's safe to say that the Ghana Navy takes this set and extend their lead to 2-0. But again, a lead in volleyball is very dangerous, as you should look on and concentrate to consolidate your gains. Else, you'll be shocked that the team would come from behind. And so far, as we've seen throughout this tournament, teams could take 4-point leads, but then they would go ahead and also, maybe by loss of concentration whatsoever, may go ahead to lose the entire set.
So, some replays of the action for you. We are back in session. 20-24 as it stands now. For the Ghana Navy, set point still for them. On the serve, Benin All-Star. Well recovered, this could be it. Too strong from Ishmael.
If I were the coach of Ghana Navy, I would whistle for a timeout immediately just to disrupt the rhythm of the All-Stars team.
21-24, set point still though. And it's out. The block is out, so that's it. For second set, it's been won again by the Ghana Navy, so they've won it 25-21. That means they're up 2-0 against the All-Stars from Benin. So set 2 over here at the Borteyman Sports Complex. Was ended 25-21, a win there for the Navy, and 2 sets up against the Benin All-Stars. Cornelius, your thoughts all we've seen so far?
Right, so the Ghana Navy team have done well to maintain their lead in the match, and then they have won, or they are leading now by 2-0. I really like the strategy employed by their team, Coach Eric and then his team of coaches, utilizing all the attacking zones. The outside hitters are having a field day. The likes of Ishmael and Luis, and also Abdul, who was substituted, and then Luis came in. I also like that you have a powerhouse and a very reliable middle blocker in Emmanuel Ajimai, who is doing very well, the number 7 shirted man for Ghana Navy. He has had a beautiful run of events, even in this second set. His attacks from the middle, his blocking, the position of his hands, his awareness on the court and at the net. It's an intelligent strategy mapped out by the Navy team. Although the All-Stars team are putting up a fight, you can see that on your screens there. That is Dazi flying in. Ismail Dazi flying in. So we are set for the third set. And will Ghana Navy put this match to sleep with a 3-0 victory, or will the All-Stars team of Benin crawl back and stage a possible comeback?
After this game, we will have a big game coming through for us here in the men's draw. It will be the Ghana Police Service against the Nigeria Customs side. That is the game of the day for sure.
It's the match to watch out for, as both teams have won their first 2 matches and then they are on an unbeaten run. Hence, the winner of that match would automatically become the winner of the group. So
it's a huge game, big battle between Ghana and Nigeria, and that's the Jollof War 2. We had one earlier today for the women. Kalibi, who are the Ghanaian champions, lost to Customs against Nigeria by 3-1. That was in the morning. That was Derby 1. Derby 2 is coming up, and that's the biggest one for the men at 4 p.m. live on GHOne TV. Live also on all social media handles. You do not want to miss out on that game. It will be coming up after this game. But as it stands now, 2-0 for the Navy. They lead in the third set. Can they end the misery of the All-Stars team? We will wait and see how it all pans out. Again, a spike goes in and a beautiful block there from Alfred, to win it there for the All-Stars.
I like the reach over the net, and that's again I have been stressing. That's clave. That your hands must be beyond your side of the net to the opponent's side, and that would constitute a very successful block.
And that was a monstrous spike again from that's Luis to win the point there for the Ghana Navy, who lead in the third set by 3-1. And again, it will come into the net. Goes though 4-1 for Ghana Navy. They are running away with a lead, but like you've been told all this while, a lead in volleyball is no lead at all. Alfred with a reception for the All-Stars, and that was a brilliant shot, brilliant spike from the man Regis to win the point there for the All-Stars.
Tell you what, they look short. I mean, in terms of height, you may be thinking that they are not height worthy for volleyball, but I tell you, when they leap, God, they reach into the skies, and they are very, very unforgiving. Right on cue, there is Regis again, punishes the three-man weak block of the Navy team.
Regis on a back-to-back points there for the All-Stars. It's 3-4 now. He trailed. And it's out. The serve out for the All-Stars is out. So it is now 5-3 for the All-Stars. The serve comes in. It's been well received. And there you go now. And there's a wonderful block there. They will goal again, and they did. Again, the block effective for the Navy. Brilliant thing. Well saved there by the All-Stars with the leg. And so they go again now. And that's well blocked again there by the All-Stars. That's Regis with a wonderful block.
Yes, and he celebrates that block there. You could see that he disciplined himself to stay at the net. And again, a foot save. The modern volleyball is such that any part of your body can save the ball. So, but beware when it hits your face. We can't apologize enough for that. That's one of the occupational hazards. So you have to be much more careful. Both ladies and gentlemen and men and women who would like to play volleyball.
Live on GHOne TV, we're covering and giving you the coverage of the best of action in volleyball. Brilliant spike there from Ishmael Datsi on the roll with a wonderful spike to win the point there for the Ghana Navy.
The man on your screens, he's on fire. He hops into the air and stays there as if he owns gravity.
And with favor returned there by Regis for the All-Stars with a good spike. One from his reserve. And the serve is on from the All-Stars. Reception good. And the block is effective again from Regis. And there he goes flying around the court.
This is how to celebrate. I mean, of course, to shut down the most powerful player in your opponent is the way to go. And look at him. Wow, beautiful reach. And the press after his hands reach above.
Well, this time around they could not block it again from the big man himself, Ishmael Datsi.
This is what we call second, or nicely put, shot on shot. You jump right behind the short pass player or the quick attacker.
So on the serve now is Ismail Dadzi for the Ghana Navy. Is 7-7. That's a good one. Ooh, that's out. He's out, unfortunately, it's out. 8-7 for the All-Stars of Benin. A jump service sweet. Well received there by the beautiful dink. However, recovered by the Benin side. And the block came in, but out. The ball will go for another point there for the Benin All-Stars, who now lead 9-7 in the third set.
Tell you what, for the matches I've watched of the All-Stars, they are playing their heart out. First against their Nigerian counterparts, and then now against Ghana Police, and now against Ghana Army. You can see that they have the heart, and they're very stubborn side. They don't just go away.
Absolutely. It is now 8-9. A point won there by the Ghana Navy. The serve was good. The All-Stars, it has been blocked though, but they will come again. That's a sweet spike to win the point for the All-Stars.
Dream angle for an outside hitter. The diagonal there with two blockers even still finds the space.
10-8 it is for the All-Stars from Benin. Live on GHOne TV. Ooh, that was a quick thinking there. And that is again the man there for you. Foster with that wonderful point for the Navy. And All-Stars, that should be out. It is out from Reggie's. That went a bit too far and so out. So ball for the Navy, and guess what it is? 10-10 at this stage.
Wow.
The shot from Clave has been blocked very beautifully by the Navy. And they produce one huge pipe.
Ismail Dazi comes through the pipe again, and he has overly exploited that angle there. The man on your screen shortly. Wow, what a player.
He looks so young.
Yes, he is. And then this is to tell you that they are such valuable talents in the game of volleyball in Ghana. They've been developed nicely.
Look at it again now. Talk us through it.
Wow. That angle is dream. You can see the blockers, yet the ball passes through. You want to hit the ball as hard as possible so that should the blockers touch it, it may even land outside of the court, or you may get a brushing or something, brush out. Whatever it is, hit the ball as hard as possible. But all these are techniques in hitting. If you don't know how to, you would better look for any of these teams. They will gladly teach you. People have wrongly hit the ball such that they now have shoulder problems, and among other things, so it will do a lot of good to find a coach who would show you how to do this and do it well.
Game restarts. The serve came in from the Navy. It has been recovered, and that's a ding coming in from. That's the end of block. Very effective.
Emmanuel Ajimai with a combination block with Foster. He shuts down Clave.
So very, very soon, that's a good one again there from the Benin side. We're updating you on the current rankings in the women's division because they are done with their matches. In fact, in Pool A, this is how things stand. Ghana Police have 7 points. Ghana Army have 7 points. Ghana Air Force has 4. Navy has no points. That's Pool A for the women. Pool B, Nigeria Customs have 9. Ghana Kalibi Volleyball Club has 6. Ghana Elwak Wings have 3. And Ghana Immigration Service has 0 points.
Wow.
Talk about this again in no time. Back to action on your screens now. Currently it's 14-11 for the Ghana Navy. And the service on and it's good. They attack again now, and unfortunately the one across court is out from, that looks like, is that Regis?
Yes, and this extends Navy's lead to 4 as they may look to close this one 3-0.
2 men going for 1 ball there, unfortunately. Unfortunately, 2 men, including our very own Ismail Datsi, we're all going for the same ball.
Yes,
and they end up messing everything up for their team.
This will tell you that communication skills is not an underestimated skill. Even in volleyball, you need to talk and communicate to your teammates, else there will be unfortunate clashes, some of which are quite, forgive my language, ugly.
And that's a good point there, won by the Navy off the block. And they win that point by Emmanuel Achiman. 16-12. Ghana Navy are gradually closing in on this game. 16-12 the lead, and that's a poor serve into the net. Giving the point away easily, if you ask me.
Rather cheaply dashes out a point.
So Clave now on the serve for the All-Stars from Benin. Good jump serve, received over Ishmael, and it's been dinged beautifully by the Navy, and the attack comes in. That was going out. That was clearly going out, but unfortunately,
no, you can see from the referee touches so the ball touched the block, so that's brush. So once it does,
you have to attempt to save it.
Yes, you can't save that.
Okay. That's a good one from Clave again now, and that is sweet there from, but unfortunately there's net violation against the Navy. Ishmael. So the lead gradually whistled away. It is now 15-16. 15-16.
Wow.
That is monstrous.
These men are coming in hungry and angry. Foster.
Foster now on the serve for the Navy. The lead 17-15. Serve is good. Liberal at work, and that's a
beautifully returned with interest by Jerome. I tell you what, he's not the tallest, but these guys can leap. Wow. The replay there, wow.
On the serve now is All-Stars. They trail by just a point now. And that's a huge spike again from Louise to win it, win a point there for the Navy, and so they extend their lead 18-16. Look at it again now.
Beautifully found his way through the block there. I like the formation playing by the Navy team as they are utilizing all the attacking options.
And we are back on again now. That's a huge spike again from GHOne, who wins a point there for the All-Stars. It is 18-17 now for the All-Stars.
How I wish that I had the statistics of their heights here with me. Wow.
Again, it is Ishmael who went in with that big spike. It went out though, but there was a brush out. Brush out on the libero. GHOne back on again now. And GHOne again.
Beautifully done there.
GHOne.
This guy is on fire now. Number 15, shirted man in your screens. Watch that. Wow. Gets the ball in the 3-meter line. Super spike. Goes for the hard jump service.
And he blows it with a jump serve. GHOne just won a point. Has given 1 point again away. 20-18 for the Navy. Third set. The serve comes in good. That's a good recovery from the Navy. And again, the attack comes in. Again, it's been recovered. That's a sweet spike. Unfortunately for him, though, Ishwanazi, net infringement. And out ball as well. Let's see. Look at it again now. There he went flying. Look at it again now. That was effort there.
Wow.
Landed outside.
Inches to
Yeah.
the line.
It was close. Very close.
Him on your screen now, Ishmael Dazi. Looking on angrily.
Play will now resume 2019 or 1920 now. All Stars are on the serve. Timeout called by the Ghana Navy. 2019. Are we going to see the game end at this stage? Or you foresee All Stars taking us a bit further than we are currently seeing?
Well, I can say that I like the call by the Ghana Navy bench there, Coach Eric and his team doing the most. They know that if the All Stars team are to have a service run or a comfortable time with their service, they may worry them. So better obstruct their run and also get your boys settled into the game, make less mistakes, and also get this one done.
Yes, indeed. Ball in the air now. Attack comes in, and guess who at the end of it now?
Here comes the boom. Indeed. Check for dent. I'm sure there's a hole in the middle of the court somewhere there. Foster.
That was a huge spike to win that point. 21-19 for the Navy. And that's again Clave back in action. The block came in, but not effective to win the point there for the Navy. And so 21-20 it is. Very close sets we have on our hands. Who nips it? Where to see? Again, a good flight and a good spike to win that point again for the Navy. 22-20. They have a 2-point lead at this stage. And timeout for the Benin All-Stars.
A very good call there also from their team, trying to minimize the damage and disrupt the rhythm of the Ghana Navy team. It's not just enough to lift up your hands beyond the height of the net. It's also a very wise thing to do, to press into your opponent's court. Once your hands are beyond the net, you need to just press a little, as in press forward a little with your hands, and then that may constitute a very, very good block. But once your hands are beyond the net and it doesn't press, in Ghanaian parlance or in the Ghana volleyball universe, we'll call it signboard, because anything that hits it redirect elsewhere but not into the court.
We are back in action again. 22-20 as it stands now for the Navy. It is the All-Stars on the attack, and they win the point. Brilliantly done by Clave. He's on a mission. Clave on the serve now for All-Stars. Well received though. And that's a huge spike to win that point for the Navy from Foster. And he is on a serve now for Lewis on a serve for the Navy. And the attack comes in. That's a brilliant thing. That is recovered though by the Navy. They will set one in, a chance to get it, and that should be a point for the All-Stars. The Navy guys were calling for a brush out.
Yes, with the speed of the ball, it's very, very difficult to spot. So that's why the video challenge system is very key to the modern day volleyball action. It helps all nerves to be calm, and then the coaches have two challenges in a set.
22-23. Back in action now. And that's a huge one from Ishmael. And that's a good point. Good point won there by the Navy. I think the call was for net.
Yes,
Actual infringement violation. Yeah, when he landed, I think his shoulders went to the net.
Well, if you ask me, number 10 shirted man of Navy rather committed the infringement, because that's why they could not believe the All-Stars team were challenging the call there. But the referee saw differently. He might have touched the net though.
And that's it. That was a match point. And that's it for us here. Game is set. Ghana Navy has wrapped this up in 3 straight sets win over the Benin All-Stars. So it's ended here in set 3, 25-22. A win there for the Ghana Navy, who have wrapped up things with a win here at the Super Volleyball Championship ongoing here at the Borteyman Sports Complex.
Congratulations to the Ghana Navy team on winning their first match in the Super Volleyball Championship 2025. I mean, of course, they lost their first 2 matches though, but they redeemed themselves in a certain way. Hopefully we may see them in the quarterfinals tomorrow. And hard luck to the All-Stars team of Benin, as they did very well. We can see the scores very, very close, 25-22. And they've done very well though, but hard luck to them. Unfortunately, the Navy overpowered them.
Indeed, they have been overpowered. And so a win going the way of the Ghana Navy. 3-0 for the men from Benin. And that's how it's ended here. Crossing over now to our gentleman on the court side. That is Zola Champong for some interviews.
All right, so the game just ended. So on your screens currently, highlights of how the game panned out. And Ghana Navy running away 3-0 winners in this one over Benin. It's the All-Stars of Benin losing this one. So not too good a run for the All-Stars team from Benin. But any which way, they came and they've also experienced it this time. It's their first competition and outing in such a manner. I've got the coach of the Beninois side here with me just to tell me how he fared and what really didn't go well for his side in this particular championship. Coach, hard luck. Just tell us really what didn't go well for you and what are the lessons you've picked from this tournament?
Oui, merci beaucoup pour la compétition, pour l'organisation. Et d'entrée de jeu, je tiens à remercier tous les organisateurs, tous les membres qui se sont impliqués dans l'organisation. Je reviens pour dire qu'est-ce qui n'a pas marché pour ce match à jouer. Je peux dire que c'est peut-être les tactiques de jeu de l'équipe adverse qui nous ont un tant soit peu bouleversés. Ça a été un peu compliqué pour nous quand surtout les combinaisons commençaient à tomber. Franchement, mais avec le temps, et surtout pour le dernier set, on était presque prêt pour le prendre dans notre filet. Mais après tout, c'est un jeu, c'est une équipe qui va gagner. On a appris assez de choses. Nous allons nous retrousser les manches pour les fois prochaines à venir. Et on leur promet de revenir fort. Ça, qu'il compte sur notre propre volonté. Merci beaucoup.
So from the coach, we really want to thank all the management of his team. One thing they've learned, or what was their difficulty, it was the tactics. Yes, they realized that their tactics was not too strong to face all the people, the opponent they were meeting. However, they've learned about it, and when they are back to their country, they will do more about it, so that next time when they come, they can face their opponents.
Okay, so from the Benin coach, you heard it. They did face Nigeria Customs in their first game. They lost. And also in the second game against the Ghana Police, they did lose that one. And unfortunately, in this final game against the Ghana Navy, they lost as well. All right, so we'll be speaking and also summing the view of the coach for the Ghana Navy side. Remember, they were coming into this one very confident they were going to get the win. And 3 straight sets it ended for them. Congratulations, coach.
Thank you.
Good luck, and also going into your next game, what should we expect? Hopefully, it looks like you might be inching close to the quarterfinals.
Yes.
If this is anything to go by. But what really worked for you this afternoon?
Yeah, it doesn't work for me this afternoon is the game we play with the Nigeria Customs. They tell us that we can win this game 3 straight.
And also, really going into the quarterfinals, you know you're going to be paired with a lot of tough sides who've won all their games in this particular competition. Do you think your side is poised enough to make sure that you win this one?
Yes, Joe, because those the Group A, the first and second, we played them before when we are playing a league, and we beat them before. So in the quarterfinals, I'm confident with my players that they are going to beat them on the quarterfinals.
Coming into this group also, I mean, seeing the likes of Nigeria Customs, Benin All-Stars from Benin, and then you have the Ghanaian in there with the Ghana Police. Were you confident that you were going to end, on this particular standing in the group?
Oh, in fact, the group now, we are not expected to become maybe 3rd position on the group, but it's a game. Anything can happen.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. So that was the Ghana Navy coach. Very confident that going into the quarterfinals happens to be quite an interesting one. The pairings, will be definitely telling you about the pairings here when we come back for the next game. It's the Nigeria Customs that will be taking on their police counterparts in the very final game today here at the Borteyman Sports Complex. So enjoy the highlights of the game. When we come back, we'll give you more and more of the interesting ones coming up with regards to the match between the Ghana Police and Nigeria Customs.